One of the great international meetings in European football. The Netherlands and Germany, a fixture resonant of classic meetings gone by, always intensely competitive and never less than truly meaningful. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The Netherlands and Germany, one of the games.
A game contested by some of the greatest the game has ever produced from both sides, Peter, and as a result the overall record is quite well balanced. It's always interesting to see a clash of such contrasting philosophies and styles.
So straight into the action. Pride, tradition, the game neither dares lose. The referee has given a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Cleared away. The Netherlands have the chance to go the other way. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. De Ligt. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, this player, Gravenberch, is someone I can't decide whether he's a 6, an 8 or a 10, Peter. He basically plays all of those roles in every game. And, of course, he's the main connector between defence and midfield, but he'll be the one playing the majority of the team's progressive passes forward. He's also a really physical presence, and it must be a bit of a nightmare to play against, actually.
Well, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Wirtz. Oh, this is a very good run. Oh, no circumventing this opponent. De Jong. Marlen.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Looking for option. Gakpo! Caught offside that time. Van Dijk. It's a really well-measured ball. Marlen in acres of space out wide. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Van Dijk. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's picked his way through. Good take. Great chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Memphis Depay goes short. And a chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's De Jong. Can he finish? Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Gakpo just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
Wirtz.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Getting on for a third of the way through the game. And it's Gravenberch. Marlen has the space to scheme. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly... Oh, they could be caught out here! Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty! And he could not have picked a worse time to give one away. What a save by Nubel! Havertz. Raum. Sane. Kimmich. Nemecha. Wirtz. Raum. It's Kimmich. Sane. It's run loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. De Ligt. And it's Ake. That has been slung wide. Now it's Reinders. Can he get it through? Gakpo gets into a good position. Gakpo has it in a wide position. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Oh, what a ball! It's Memphis Depay! Marvellous goal!
That couldn't have been a more potent injection of belief for this team. Top man, top drawer.
Any thoughts on the goal?
Yeah, I think it was going to take something very special if the keeper were to get down and claw that out, Peter. It's a quality goal.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
2 added minutes.
Now it's Gakpo. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Gnabry. He's a sharp little ball here. Now it's Gakpo. And he's managed to get free. Now it's Memphis Depay. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal it is, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Germany currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Marlen. Now it's Marlen. Now it's Memphis Depay.
That was lovely, that.
And here's Reinders. That's where it came from. Foot in. Sane. It's Kimmich. Timber. And he's forced to go back. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's De Jong. Gnabry. Now it's Havertz.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, perfectly measured that. Memphis Depay! And another try!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
That's good running with the ball. Tries to pass it through. And he's there to get it away.
Substitution for Germany, number 20, Serge Gnabry. Coming on the field is number 5, Gross. Substitution in progress.
Good-looking ball.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite.
Realm. Big chance to get at them. Germany perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Now it's De Jong. Great vision. And it's made its way to him. Tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Cleared away. Opts for safety. Just about up to 75 minutes. Wirtz, and it's Kimmich. And it's Wirtz. Wirtz going Wirtz! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Sane. Coming on the field, number
Reinders
25
has created one goal already.
18. Substitutions taking place.
Reinders turns back here, probably the best option. And Gravenberg. Van de Ven. Reinders. Van Dijk. And it's Reinders. Looking for the run. Van de Ven picks it up now. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
He is through here. Look at the space here. Oh, shooting chance! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
That has ended up in no man's land. Reinders. And he gets rid in a hurry. Gravenberg. Goes for a shot! And that's a sharp finish. And this is getting better and better. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
The Netherlands have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
And here's Gross. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And he's in on goal. Decent chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's there to belt it away. Great defending, strong and determined. That's that, the end. Germany perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
Things already rolling. Upamecano. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I think it's going to be hard, Peter, not to pick out the very talented Michael Olise here. We love his creativity and his ability to drift inside and find a little bit of space and then do serious damage. But potential was always in his game from a very young age, and he's realising that potential now, and he really is growing into something quite devastating.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Olise gets into a good position. And that's played in low. And that is expertly dealt with. Ruben Neves. Portugal are enjoying more and more possession, but very few chances up to now. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Knocks it out wide. And it's Vega. Antonio Silva. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Engages and forces him off the ball. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Ruben Neves, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Cherki, Olise, and Cherki. And it's Dembele. Pass somewhat off target. Gonzalo Ramos. And Vega. Oh, nice one too, very nice. Rafael Leao. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. Portugal presented with a golden opportunity here. The players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
The major moment in the game. He scores for sure! Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Dembele. Oh, facing up to his adversary. And the shot! It's a goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Truly super. Decent chance! Goal! Portugal! Into the lead once more. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Portugal leading now. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Mbappe picks it up out wide. Pinches it off him. And here's Mbappe. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. Bruno Fernandes. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. He's found a way through. Bruno Fernandes! And he's really put himself on the line here. And we have our very first corner. That's a decent clearance. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? France have the chance to go the other way. Portugal looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Now it's Rafael Leao. Cherki, Saliba, that's been cut out, well played. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's an excellent interception. Bruno Fernandes. Rafael Leao. Ruben Neves. And it's Ruben Neves. Tchouaméni wins the duel this time. Hernandez looking understandably energised after his goal. There will be a throw-in. Dembele, Tchouaméni, ball played for Conte. That has not gone well. Now it's Rafael Leao, and the referee has blown for half-time. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Portugal leading, but only just 2 on the scoreline. Back on the way then. It's a promising position. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Bruno Fernandes. Ruben Neves. And it's Vega. Bruno Fernandes. Now Semedo. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Ramos. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, he's bustling through here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Cherki. Now who's going to be first to this? Perfect example. Olise. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Ramos. Great vision.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
France can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Now it's Mbappe. Bruno Fernandes. Nelson Semedo. Just about up to the hour now. And Antonio Silva. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mbappe! Now it's Mbappe.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Saliba kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Upamecano. And he's forced to go back. Saliba. That's a lovely, neat pass. That is Conte for Olise. Muscular approach does pay off here.
Vamos dar uma substituição.
And it's Dembele. That's very neat. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Ruben Neves. Nelson Semedo. Threads one in, and once more he proves rigid and robust. Dembele, spread to the right. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Vega. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Now it's Mbappe. Bruno Fernandes. And that has left him in a heap. And that's been won straight back. It's a pretty loose pass. Doué. Koundé. Now it's Doué. And a header! No, not the best of headers. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 9.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Número 21. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 11, número 10, número 6. Está a acontecer uma substituição. Substituição para Portugal. Número 7. Cristiano Ronaldo. Sai e vai entrar para o seu lugar com o número 18.
Zaire Emery. Dembele. Dembele going face to face with his great rival.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Doué! So close to drawing level.
Now, that's really unlucky because he didn't do an awful lot wrong then. It's a let-off for that defence.
Nelson Semedo. Here's João Felix. Rafael Leao.
Portugal really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And he's found a way past. I think we're just about done here. Now that's well seen too. Chouameni. Nicely weighted ball. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 2. Abandona o relvado e vai entrar com o número 20. Está a proceder a uma substituição. Foram indicados 2 minutos de compensação.
And it's Doué. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And here's Doué. Oh, good take chance! Now that is commitment to the cause. Dembele plays it short. And that's that. Portugal have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Portugal definitely came out on top simply because they were allowed to march through the middle. Something they jumped onto nice and early and continuously exploited.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here.
everybody.
Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
So straight into the action. Now it's Yamal. And here's Yamal. That's good play. Fabian Ruiz. Yamal. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Hops for safety. Pedro Porro. And here's Yamal. He's found a way through. Byrne did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I think it would be impossible to overlook this fella, Lamine Yamal. Obviously, he's often deployed as an inverted winger, but what stands out in his game is that he really thrives on one-on-one situations, and I always think that that brings excitement and entertainment to a game of football. And of course, his job is to supply, and it's never as easy as people think, but he's doing it quite well.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Knocks it out wide, and he's quick to return it. Yamal. Impressive jump. Rodgers. England are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Rodri. Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Ruiz. And that's really well manoeuvred.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And here's Foden. Foden! Superb from Foden! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. England take the lead. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
England have penetrated for the first time.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Foden. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Now it's Yamal. Menu. Oh, this looks sharp. Rice. Menu. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking for options for movement. He's shifting through. Chance for a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Yamal. Tries to pass it through. And this is Morata. Kubasi. And it's Porro. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Rashford. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Yamal. And that has left him in a heap. Burn with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Burn has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Plays a sharp little ball here. And he's taking no chances there. And he's picked it up out wide. Flings it. Getting up there! And that's a tidy finish. Spain are all square. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Gehi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
The final seconds now. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Yamal. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's really well cleared. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far.
Well, it's definitely been a game where both sides have tried to play to their own strengths, and I suppose neither side would be particularly unhappy with this scoreline. I suspect, Peter, the two managers will be keen to urge patience and discipline from their players now.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Ended up in no man's land. Shot, tries a shot! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Nico Williams is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Fabian Ruiz, that's destined for the flank. Nico Williams in acres of space out wide. Rodgers. For Rice. Now it's Kane, and here's Foden. Now it's Kane. Kane. Now, can they get him away? Oh, well played. Fabian Ruiz. Lenormand is there to clear. And it's Ruiz. And it's Grimaldo. Now that's well seen too. Rodgers. Now it's Kane.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Not the most accurate pass. Rice. Now it's Kane. Now it's Kane. Now Menu. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And here's Foden. Oh, good spread. Alexander. Oh, good climb. They want to be quick to recover this. Played back towards his own goal. Gehi. Morata. Morata gets on his bike and on the move. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Substitution in progress.
Rodri. That has been slung wide. No, he refuses to take the bait. And he can thump it away. Burn. That's a cute ball. Oh, they could be caught out here. He's one-on-one. He's had a shot! Goal, England! And they're back in front. There was to be only one outcome.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
Number 25, Marcus Rashford.
Spain making further changes here, and in quick succession.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
England have their lead. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Kane. It's Kane! Oh, belter! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
England now in a position far more desirable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And he's whipped it across. And it's Dani Olmo! It's a goal! And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
23 minutes is...
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Shift in momentum, perhaps.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now. All of a sudden, this one's totally up for grabs.
Tries to dink it through. It's a goal kick. Fabian Ruiz. Ferran Torres. Half an hour gone in the second half. Pedri. And here's Ferran Torres. Pickford breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Spain really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Now it's Palmer. Menu. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Oh, super ball! Rodri. It's Pedri. And it's Olmo. Now it's Morata. And it's Ruiz. And that was nowhere near his best. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold. That's been cut out, well played. Pedri. Menu calmly anticipates. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. England nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Dani Olmo.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Gehi getting this one clear. It's Morata!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That is good strength. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. Well, some of the players here are letting their emotions get the better of them. They do have to be careful. This must not be inflamed any further.
Substitution for England. Number 26, Morgan Rogers. Number 9, Kane. Number 16,
Palmer.
Alexander.
It's a pretty loose pass.
Coming on the field.
It's Ruiz.
Number 10, Bellingham.
Can he latch on to this?
19, Watkins.
Oh, well cut
Number
out.
3.
No margin for error there at all. And there goes the final whistle. England crawl through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Rashford picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to game.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in...
Shot goal! Deftly away. That's a throw. Mbappe! Plays it across. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And here's Mbappe. Lovely feet. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Nicely weighted ball. Mbappe! Lucas Paqueta. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, this fella, Lucas Paqueta, has found his feet, Peter. He admitted himself that he applied too much pressure on himself when he first arrived in Italy, and he didn't feature as he would have liked, but now he's starting to live up to expectations. And he's not quite the number 10, the Milanese, I think once expected, but he's turned himself into a very creative number 8.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Doué. So we're still where we started right now. Digne. That is lovely. And Doué. Spread out to the left. Some good work on the right flank here. Digne. Great defending, strong and determined. Danilo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Conte, and it's Tchouaméni. That's a good ball out wide. And here's Doué. It's a really well-measured ball. Delivered low. Oh, well played. Joelinton. Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Joelinton. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And he gets rid in a hurry. Conte. Digne. Now it's Mbappe. He's beaten the last man. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He has found a way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Short changes him with that pass. Now it's Olise. Into the channel. Rafinha providing an outlet on that flank. And the shots! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And we have our very first corner. Cleared away. And now a sudden chance to counter. This looks promising. That's an excellent interception. Lucas Paqueta. And Neymar. Rafinha. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Doué. Now this could be a chance. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rafinha. Conte. Chouameni. This is a promising build-up.
1 minute.
And here's Kante. Rafinha tries to pass it through. Saliba makes the interception. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. France finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Souhaitons tous la bienvenue à nos joueurs.
And we get things going again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And it's Joelinton. Mbappe. Now it's Thuram. Chance here to counter. Conte. Doué. And it's Chouameni. And here's Doué. And a chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Carlos Augusto. For Joelinton. Now it's Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Saliba promptly onto that, and that is that. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Now it's João Pedro. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. He's got away. Lucas Paqueta! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Doué. Bruno Guimaraes over to the right flank. Rafinha picks it up out wide. Stood up well to him there. Iñigo defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Rafinha does have his name on the score sheet, of course. He is through here. He's under a lot of pressure there. It's a really well-measured ball. Danilo, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Olise receives it in a good position here. Chance! And yes, it's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
L'équipe de France,
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He's on it, can he get away? Olise! Well, that is rather wayward.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Bruno Guimaraes. France perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, good spread. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And he's managed to get rid. Cherki now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Lucas Paqueta. Joelinton. And it's Marquinhos. And that is a little undercooked. And that is out of play.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 3, Digne. Pour le remplacer, le numéro 22.
Lucas Paqueta.
Changement.
Bruno Guimaraes. And it's Joelinton. Pinches it off him. Now it's Olise. He's shifting through the gears here. Olise purring through the gears. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He might have to go it alone here. He has a look up. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And he's lost his man here. That's a decent clearance.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And that's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Il y aura 2 minutes de
Ball is
temps
over the
additionnel.
line. Hernandez. He's found space here. Conte. And once more he proves rigid and robust. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And no surprise, that's a booking. "90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So still inseparable." What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 11. À sa place.
90 minutes gone, and nothing between them still. Kante really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Now it's Mbappe, and it's Tchouaméni. He's having a pop! Another one of football's and how moments.
Oh, looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Le numéro 8. À leur place, le numéro 14. Le numéro 18.
Just eases him off the ball. Joelinton. Now it's Evan Nielsen. Upamecano with a definite foul there. Joelinton. No, he refuses to take the bait. Now it's Mbappe. He's looking wide. Kolumwani gets into a good position. Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Gets a good foot in there. Oh, well measured. That's a shade optimistic. Marquinhos gets it clear. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cross to the back post. Crossed in again. Lucas Perry claims it without any fuss. Joelinton. Oh, there's a probing ball. Neres finds himself offside. Upamecano. Oh, they could be caught out here. Oh, just Jesson. And he shoots! Oh, he's done it! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. So there's the whistle, and we will have a brief break. So this is it, 1 goal in it, and we're down to the last 15 minutes. Everyone on their last legs. Can there be one final twist? And the action has already restarted. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Not the most accurate pass. Joelinton. Well, that looks a decent ball. Now it's done. He's in one-on-one. They're urging him to shoot. That's brave goalkeeping, really decisive.
Listen, in those situations, he always looks as if he's in control. He never seems to get flustered. Exemplary.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. France could be just about done here.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Looking for options for movement. The ball has bounced loose now. Hernandez. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Driving on and making good progress. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here.
France really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
He's had it taken off him. Rabiot. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Looking for the run. And that's it. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided.